Wow,
All
these
right.
chairs are squeaky.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yay.
There you go.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let me close the door.
We got this.
Okay. As college students, what is something that we are all looking forward to? Graduation day. But after graduation, what is something that we're not so eager for? Paying back our student loans. Throughout this speech, I'm going to inform you all about how a lowering interest rate for student loans not only helps our checkbooks, but our society as a whole as well. As a current student at Texas A&M University, I find this topic very relatable and close to heart, and not just because it's an election year and it's what everyone's talking about. I'm going to give you some background information that you may not know about student loans, discuss the repayment process and the burdens that it sometimes brings, and then discuss how lowering the rates could in fact promote a better and more holistic society. So, let's say you just got admitted to or already attending the school of your dreams with no money to pay for it. Your financial aid options say you qualify for a federal direct, subsidized, and/or unsubsidized loan. You have no remotely idea what that even means, but you hit the accept button so fast it doesn't even matter. You're going to school. Well, let's take a closer look at what terms you have actually agreed to. According to the U.S. Department of Education's website about financial aid, there are two federal student loan programs. The first type, the William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan Program, is the largest federal student loan program. Under this program, the U.S. Department of Education is your lender, and there are 4 types of direct loans available. The 4 types of direct loans available are direct subsidized loans, direct unsubsidized loans, direct plus loans, and/or direct consolidation loans. Direct subsidized loans means that you don't have to pay any interest accrued while you're actually attending school. Your interest will start after you graduate. The unsubsidized loans mean that you're accruing interest while you're still in school and taking classes. The plus loans mean that they're for graduate and professional students or the parents of dependent undergrad students that have extreme financial need. And the direct consolidation loans mean that you're consolidating all of your loans into one thing and then paying it off. The second type, the Federal Perkins Loan Program, is a school-based loan program for undergraduate and graduate students with exceptional financial need, and under this program, the school is the lender. So, what exactly is a loan? A loan is money that you borrow and you must pay back with interest. And according to the Cornell Daily Sun, just recently, the interest rate doubled from 3.4% to 6.8%. The Cornell Daily Sun, which is Cornell University's school newspaper, also points out that this increase will cost students repaying their loans after graduating from Cornell about $1,000 per year. So, now that you know what you've signed up for regarding student loans, let's discuss the repayment process. According to the Federal Student Aid's website about repayment of student debt, there are different options that you can choose from, and you can change your repayment plan at any time. The most common is the standard repayment plan, which all student government loans are eligible for. Payments are fixed at a minimum of $50 per month for a minimum of 10 years. Therefore, you will pay less over time compared to any of the other options. Other plans that are offered are the graduated repayment plan, which means you start paying at one price and it increases over time, the extended repayment plan, the income-based repayment plan, which is based obviously upon the income you make, the income contingent repayment plan, and finally the income-sensitive repayment plan. But under all of these various plans, your monthly payments would be lower and you'll be paying on them for longer than 10 years, therefore you'll be paying more in interest over time. And with the increasing cost of college tuition, the New York Times points out that more students and their families are borrowing even larger amounts to pay for college. Paying back all of this money after graduating can be a challenging task for anyone, especially if you do not have a job offer waiting on you when you get done. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York estimates that 37 million Americans have student loan debt, totaling $870 billion, and only 39% of these people are starting to pay down their balances. That's a lot of people really struggling. In fact, throughout all of my research, I came across people who were having to declare bankruptcy based on their student loans. Clearly, people everywhere are struggling to pay back their debt, and a lower interest rate would help them do that more effectively. It's also basic economic theory that a more educated society would therefore increase our human capital, so let's take a closer look. If student loan interest rates were lower, then more people would not be discouraged from going to or staying in college because they would not be as burdened with their financial situations. Building upon this idea, the more people that attend and finish college, the more our human capital as a country increases. Human capital is defined as skills, knowledge, and experience that an individual possesses or that a population possesses. Furthering my argument, increasing human capital would be in the best interest for our country and the betterment of our society. Any country would benefit from more educated citizens, and this includes our own. As a whole, we would be making more educated and informed decisions about various things such as politics and government and what to do. Now, after taking a closer look at student loans, the repayment process, and how our society would benefit from more education, I think it is obvious that the government should lower their interest rates. Not only would lower interest rates help students who are struggling financially, but it would help push our society to become more competitive in a world full of outsourcing and offshoring. So now after graduation day passes, you still won't be so eager to pay back your student debt, but at least now you'll be a little bit more knowledgeable about the process that entails. Thank you. I would like to take this time to have a question and answer portion of time. Does anybody have any questions? Allison?
What are some of the student loans that you've taken out?
Okay, I personally have taken out direct subsidized and unsubsidized loans, so I have both of those. Anyone else?
What would you prefer?
I would prefer, obviously, the subsidized ones. That way I'm not actually accruing interest while I'm still in school.
How long do you think it will take you to pay off your student loans after you graduate?
I'm thinking that hopefully it doesn't take me any longer than 10 years, or at least that's the plan. Anyone else?
Do you have any speculation about why people are going bankrupt if there's the graduated or income-based loans?
I think that has to do with not just student loans, but as far as my research shows that they're already having debt, and a lot of them, what has happened is they have built up medical bills from like unforeseen accidents and not having insurance, and then their student loans are what are putting them over the top to have to declare bankruptcy.
So the cost of a college education has increased over 250% since the 1980s. Wouldn't it be more effective if we push not only for a lower interest rate on student loans, but also to return college education to a more affordable level?
Oh, I definitely agree. My whole speech is about making education more affordable, basically, because I think that that would help promote our society in a better way. And not only would lower interest rates help, but just making tuition in general cheaper for people, I think would be a much better idea and way to handle the situation. All right, thank you.